2020 June 2. Daily Bread. Passage. Genesis chapter 39 verse 13 to 23. Key verse. Verse 20b, 21. Title: Joseph in prison. Bible passage. When she saw that he had left his cloak in her hand and had run out of the house, she called her household servants. "Look," she said to them, "this Hebrew has been brought to us to make sport of us. He came in here to sleep with me, but I screamed. When he heard me scream for help, he left his cloak beside me and ran out of the house." She kept his cloak beside her until his master came home. Then she told him this story: "That Hebrew slave you brought us came to me to make sport of me. But as soon as I screamed for help, he left his cloak beside me and ran out of the house." When his master heard the story his wife told him, saying, "This is how your slave treated me," he burned with anger. Joseph's master took him and put him in prison, the place where the king's prisoners were confined. But while Joseph was there in the prison, the Lord was with him. He showed him kindness and granted him favor in the eyes of the prison warden. So the warden put Joseph in charge of all those held in the prison, and he was made responsible for all that was done there. The warden paid no attention to anything under Joseph's care, because the Lord was with Joseph and gave him success in whatever he did. Daily Bread message. 1. Joseph suffers another loss. Joseph's refusal to sin with Potiphar's wife led to a false accusation and imprisonment. For the second time, Joseph seemed to lose everything, just when his conditions had begun to improve. There may not be any earthly reward for holding on to our integrity, but rather persecution. When we are unjustly treated, it is all the more important for us not to become bitter, but to look toward God and keep our faith. 2. The Lord was with Joseph in prison. The prison warden, like Potiphar, could see God's blessing on Joseph. Joseph was soon in charge of everyone else in the prison. It was not a coincidence that this was the prison for the king prisoners. Even in prison, God was using Joseph while preparing him for the next step. Prayer. Father, thank you for making us victors in Jesus in any situation. I believe you use me greatly when I hold on to my faith and don't become bitter. One word. God can use us anywhere.